Hey, it's TWAIN. I'm back again to break down the lyrics to We Made It Through. On this song, I got my sister Chantel Sings on here. Not singing this time, ironically. But yeah, she's also a radio personality, just all-around entertainer, and she held me down and did all of the news portions for me. So the intro will set off with her. We'll check it out over here.
The embattled Midwest mayor has a challenge in front of him. Lots of eyes are on him. What does he have to say? What had been on his mind? As we enter a new generation, he's expected to be a voice. Let's turn our attention to Minneapolis.
For the Midwest Mayor Project, it's produced entirely by Luco, my guy. We Made It Through is the first track. It's the intro. It sets off the whole project. And we had a really cool idea. It's all about Luco, though, to just speak on what happened here during the pandemic with George Floyd's death and everything that was taking place in the city of Minneapolis. He had the idea, he presented it to me, he said, just go ahead and speak on it in the first verse. So that's what we did, and I wanted to do that, as well as just kind of stake my claim while I'm the Midwest mayor, as that's an alias I have forever, and been bragging about that forever. So I thought We Made It Through. It'd be really cool to touch on both those and just set the project off. They was surprised we uprise. What a prize. What a guys. Not convincing by black lives. My city turned up. Days later, then my city burned up. Unless you've been under a rock for, I don't know, last couple years, just to let you know, we had an uprising here in Minneapolis in 2020 when the police killed George Floyd. And it took the world by storm. A lot of people were surprised. A lot of people was shocked to see everybody take the streets like they did, because people fed up. People fed up. You know, we had Philando Castile make global news before Mr. Floyd. Locally we had, and regionally we had Jamar Clark. Peace and peace. I'm wishing them peace. I'm wishing a peaceful journey to all them brothers I just named, all the people that never made the news, that had encounters with the police and then died. You know, I was wishing a peaceful journey to all of them. So I say that to say, we set the world on fire, and people didn't expect it. It got really political really fast, as these things typically do, even though, you know, an unarmed U.S. citizen, this shouldn't be their fate. That's my opinion. Unarmed Minnesota State resident, this shouldn't be their fate. That's my opinion. You know, in any event, it still gets political. So, you know, I'm not here to convince about black lives, though. You know, everybody deserves to live. We black men especially deserve to live. And that's just where I'm at with it. So, you know, people got fed up, and it's going to continue to happen, you know, until people on that side want to do better and really want to enlighten themselves. This is what they're going to be up against, and it might get worse before it get better. Minneapolis changed the world. Watch the status quo crumble. Silent majority grumbles. Advance on them, dance on them. The popo killed, insert name here. I wrote these bars before this, so let me just set it off and say, peaceful journey to Dante Wright. Unfortunately, I wrote these rhymes before that happened. And that happened during the trial of the officer that killed George Floyd. So, you know, but just to back it up a little bit, Minneapolis did change the world. We really, all eyes became on us. You know, this ain't the way we want the attention, but here we are. And, you know, you got a lot of people that call themselves a silent majority. They really upset about it. You know, they still mad. You know, it is what it is. They'll get over themselves, though. You know, because we see how the silent majority behaves when it flips. And I'm comfortable saying that on this video. So, yeah, we see how they behave when the shoe's on the other foot and somebody they consider one of theirs goes down. So, you know, I just want to talk about how, you know, we got them on their heels and we got the pressure on them. Like, keep the pressure on them. you always see on social media and on the internet videos of people dancing. That's not what I'm talking about here, though. I was just talking about stunting on the silent majority. Like, we got them upset. Let's keep them upset. Like, you know, hopefully they'll want to take the proper action and come have a sit down or really look at themselves and do their part to change things. So that's all I meant by dance on them. And if they just choose to be annoyed, so be it. You know, they allowed to do that. So I didn't mean literally dancing. I just kind of meant like keep stunting on them while you got them on their heels like this, because they want the status quo and other people want the status quo to continue, but these are the signs of the beginning of the end for it. Because like I said before, you know, change is inevitable and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time and how long that will be. And what we're seeing is the reaction to that reality. And that's okay. Shame on you. You thought the Midwest was soft, man. You was lost. Get accosted for your Lacoste. We harming for your Barneys. Jack Quick for your Saks Fifth. Yeah, I might well a little overboard there. I mean, I wasn't being really that literal, but what I was trying to just impart is, you know, people might not see Minnesota or the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, wherever, or just the Midwest at large. They might not have expected this type of energy to come out after a tragedy like this. So I was just saying, like, it's not sweet out here. Like, don't think it's sweet, and don't think these type of things can continue and won't nothing happen. Like, that is incredulous to me, that the government or powers that be or whomever, that they think that this can continue to happen and there wouldn't be any reaction. Like, life don't work like that. Physics don't work like that. There's always gonna be cause and effect. And anytime you're dealing with humans and pent up aggression or them feeling unseen or them feeling oppressed, you could count on there will be some type of reaction and you won't like it. So I was just trying to capture that energy. I wasn't being that literal. I mean, and then like the whole scheme was about like the high end, you know, Barneys and Saks Fifth and all that. That was just me being a rapper. Like, that was just me being an MC. Like, I wasn't trying to be that literal. But I just wanted to say and capture that energy, that's what the climate was like. So that's all that was. I wasn't being that literal, and I just want to say that. And I think I did a good job, though, of just kind of painting that picture of what the energy was like. And for those that was really surprised, because like I said, people was really surprised. And so on and so forth. It's conspiracies, but no forth. This government has shown its true colors. They think they always white, and they don't do color. Exhausted all options. We got to do others. 10,000 fearless. Let's call up a few brothers. So at that time, there was a lot of conspiracy theories flying around, and as you may recall, and then we had the whole thing with like the 4th of July, the fireworks and all that. So that's just all what I was talking about there. And you know, when this went down, there was talk of police reform and all kind of policy. Nothing came out of that. You know, that it's that whole expression of people don't see color. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't do that. I try not to tell people what to do, but I mean, you are watching my lyric breakdown. Don't do that. See people for what they are. Everybody wants to be seen. You know, if German people have culture and they want to represent their culture, like, how ridiculous would it be to tell them you don't see that? Like, that's a part of them. It's like, so don't do that to other people. You know, people want to be seen. People want to be recognized. That's asinine to tell somebody you don't see their color, you know. And that go for everybody. And then lastly, you know, we exhausted all of the options. Like, it's time to get creative. It's time to get focused and think of solutions. And what I'm talking about in the verse at the end is Minister Louis Farrakhan already pitched an amazing idea in our communities. Like, let's stop calling the police. Let's stop relying on the police. Why don't we just get 10,000 fearless men? And I mean, it could be women too. I'm sure the minister probably meant that too. But I do remember him saying men. So we get 10,000 fearless men, and they could come and solve any problems or disagreements right there in our communities, close, and build a relationship, and we love one another, and we don't have to worry about our safety, and we can have our own conflict resolution where we don't have to worry about calling somebody that's not from our community, that's hired to the police force, and simple interactions is ending with people dying and they don't even have weapons on them. Like, that's ridiculous. It continues to happen. Nothing is improving. So that was a really good solution that kind of petered out, and the movement behind it kind of died out. And I just wanted to like bring that back up in my song. Like I really like that idea, and it could be some variation of it, but it definitely needs to be highlighted and given more of a platform. So it was really cool to just even put it on the song and not even explain it now. So yeah, I just wanted to end on that note because it's time to get creative and think of something else. Yeah, what's cool about We Made It Through is Chantel Sings is doing all of the parts in between the verses. And I was able to write those parts for her and tell her exactly what I wanted on the record, which was way better than trying to find like news clips or anything like that. I was able to customize it, and she did a really amazing job. So yeah, thank you to Chantel. Let me constitute what a Midwest mayor is before they convolute. It's making monster moves. It's putting people in position. It's involving and evolving the transition. Yeah, if I'm gonna name my project Midwest Mayor and go by that nickname and alias, I feel like I would need to tell people why. Like I believe people need to know why. So I just want to take the second verse to kind of like talk my shit and stake my claim for that. Just let people know what it is and really get on some boss shit, like really some boss Don shit. Like, so I just break it down, like if you're gonna be a leader, you gotta put people in position. You gotta make things happen. You gotta be able to link point A with point C, or point B with point D. I don't know. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get into that and talk that shit. Cause I do like to give some game away. I do like to think about the listener and what they hearing, and I want to answer their questions in a rhyme. So that's why I started it off like that. It's exacting. Quick punishment on dumber men. If they not solid, I don't run with them. The cap is unconscionable. I stay responsible for all of this litty shit. Yeah, this is more of a continuation, like I said, of just being a leader and talking that talk, talking that boss shit. When I get into me, I'm a cultural observer. And I see a lot of cap going on, and I see, the generations behind me, they doing their thing. I wish them all the success. Sometimes it just occurs like things getting out of hand. So that was just a quick little quip about what I'm witnessing. But do y'all, I wish y'all the best. I want y'all to win. And me being responsible for all of these is like, in the culture, I want to inject like just really dope experiences, really quality music, really quality culture, push it forward, like we always say, and just a different wrinkle, breath of fresh air. So that's what that was about, just talking about, that's my goal and aim to do that. Fuck all the pretty shit. Full circle, pretty much who I started with, I fuck with. Now, I was gonna have to duck these rounds. Look, they too fraud, became the 612 God. Yeah, fuck all that pretty shit, like, I'm really back on some hip hop shit right now. Like that's the type of time I'm on right now. Getting away from all this pop. Like, hip hop then went really pop, and that's cool. I love it. I love pop music. I understand how important it is to crossover, but the type of time I'm on now is just something different. I'm just on some taking it back to the roots. 612 guy, that's just some MC God complex. You know how we are, I believe I'm some of the cream of the crop in music, and definitely in hip hop, and definitely in the indie hip hop world. So yeah, that's just my God complex. That's all. No harm, no foul. Humility with high level rap ability, only 5% feeling me. I made extraordinary choices. While others who were boisterous, I'm a gifted motherfucker. Y'all simplistic motherfuckers. That being said, God complex or not, I'm committed to still having some type of humility about myself, still being humble. What I found is the more I was able to quiet my ego and get more humble, the more blessings I would have. And my music started taking off even more the more humble I got. When I was somewhere else with it, that wasn't happening. It was a lot of just walking around telling people how great I was. But when I started letting people tell me, things started getting different. So it's really dope to be able to share that with you. But that's what that is. But yeah, it's a high level rappability. I'm trying to really let you know that this is different over here. Yeah, the only 5% feeling me, that's just that typical, you may have heard about it, you know, that's the 5, the 10, and the 85%. So if you know, you know. That's what I was talking about there. So that's what gives me comfort in the type of art I make. I know what I'm doing. I know where to land. I know who's gonna hear it. You know, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm here, you know, I'm on a mission to kill all simplistic ways of thinking. I want to give shout out to Lisa Nichols. I had seen an interview of her. She's amazing. I seen interviews with her, and she was just talking about how there's no such thing as extraordinary people, just people that make extraordinary choices. And she was just saying that, you know, we let people off the hook if we call ourselves extraordinary. Like, they could do it too. They just got to make the choices. So I had to put that in the verse. That was just too dope. She snapped too hard. So yeah, that's what it is. Like, and you know, I'm enrolled in that mission with her. Like, we just got to make extraordinary choices. So that's where I'm at with it. Yeah. That was We Made It Through. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Midwest Mayor.